doesn't have air conditioning. So that's one thing my father said that he regrets, because there's no way to get it after it's like made. So it needs to be made with the air conditioning, otherwise it doesn't have it. So first we need to put the battery on so it has electricity, and then this is the magnificent machine. The microphone needs to be attached on a rat. What happened to you? What? This is banter from every direction. What is this? Used to be a cute child. Oh, Dios mío. Oh dear. But yeah, in the last stream I think it was the last stream I was here in this machine, and I already mentioned that I don't know what's the best way to get inside this. Like, it is spacious, but I'm both tall, stiff and thick. So that's a combination. That's a combination not suitable for a machine like this. What I would like is to have a handle like this somewhere there, so I could just like pull myself in it. But since it's here, it's like hard to pull yourself, like this one here. It's hard to pull yourself from it. Yeah, it's my summer car time. We just disassemble this Avant work machine. Just like put all the parts here on different countertops here. And then my father comes in and he's like, not this shit again. Because, you know, that's the Finnish experience. But yeah, so I guess we just try and put one leg in first and try to lift ourselves. There's also the problem of like having a jacket, trying not to sit on your jacket. But yeah, here we are inside the machine now. Then we need to bang the door so that it closes, and then there's the keyhole. There we go. So backwards and hope for the best. Yeah, that's maybe the next time I will do that. Try that. So it's again a bit loud for me. I'm not sure how much of it is picking up for you guys. And then we need to light it up a bit before we can ignite it. So there's like a yellow light there that when it turns off you can try to start it. Now it is off and now we're on. So now for me it's quite loud. For you I'm hoping it's not as loud, but probably it is quite loud still. And then there's a, I'm not sure if you can see it, how well you can see it, but there's a joystick here on my right. And from this joystick you can adjust how the, I don't know what that thing is. It's like a bucket, I think, or something similar to it. So whether that rises or tilts, so that's where you adjust that. And then there's the wheel, and this thing squeaks like a rat. Oh my god, the sampler is asking. Actually, I leaked you last stream. I mentioned my brother will be aiming for like a world championship frisbee golf. Now we actually have sampler in the chat. Can you tell us the schedule for your world premiere? So there's the frisbee golf basket. I don't know if I think it's basket, I think, yeah. So that's my brother's. Oh yeah, we could hide another rat. Although I'm not sure if we want to leave more than 3, but we have plenty, so might as well. So yeah, but let's try, because I'm trying to remember what direction do I want to take this, so that I don't smash it too hard. If we go backwards, I think we can go now. I don't want to smack it too hard, so we can lift it. So if we go pull it towards us, we lift the thing. If we put it towards, we decrease it or lower it. And then from the left you tilt it like this, and to the right you tilt it forwards. So to the right it tilts it like downwards. I'm not sure if you can see it. If I raise it you can see it better. So now you can tilt it towards you or like away from yourself. But yeah, that's the controls for it. There's also, I think, a way for you to like extend it. I can't remember right now what was that. Oh yeah, Sampula is trying to give others a chance, so he won't be competing. That's noble of you. But yeah, we can go slightly more backwards and then we can turn, or we could maybe lower that thing so we're not as far out. Then I think I mentioned last stream that turning this thing is extremely weird because it turns from the middle. I can show you guys now if I lower this camera a bit, that now that I turned it to the left, actually the rear end of this machine is there. So I'm sitting basically on the air right now. So it's not underneath me. So that's why driving this thing is like brain confusing. So now if I go forward, I can go turn this thing quite heavily, so we can go towards that side to the right, and then maybe we go backwards a bit. So we can almost do a 360 like stationary. So this thing doesn't need a lot of room to maneuver. So now we're on. And you can actually see that this thing could use an aircon since we are steaming up the place. I can hardly see outside with all this. So apparently I'm a bit hot right now. So maybe you're not the only one that's, you know, shining. But yeah, so this is the Avant machine you can drive around in. Hopefully we'll be seeing my father driving this thing, because he's way better than I am with it. I can hear some squeaking. I think it's the door this time. Or is it the mirror? Could be the mirror too. So there's plenty of rats inside this machine, it seems. But yeah, it's a simple one to drive once you get the gist of it. But turning this thing, especially starting out, is a weird experience, seeing that how easy it is to turn. Like you can go almost on the like stationary, you can almost go around. These are made in Finland, so if you've never seen any of these, it's no wonder. But yeah, the sun is blinding us. I'm not sure if we're getting many other construction equipment than this, because you know all the construction machines are extremely expensive, and to be completely honest, we are really broke. so that's why I'm hoping we'll be seeing this one with my father in it, because that would save us a lot of money. But yeah, the visibility right now is next to nothing with the steam inside and the sun on the steam, so I guess we can drive back inside. But yeah, we took Avant for a spin. My father usually takes this thing for a spin on the smallest excuse. Like if there's a centimeter of snow or something, he's already like a giggly child going in, like, yeah, I can go play with it. But that's what I've been told, so he really likes this machine. I hope I didn't break anything. The smack sound didn't sound too good. Smacking. Yeah, so I think it's there. It's okay. Yeah, the door is open, that's why it's jiggling. It's over, it's closed now. I did close or open that one. So yeah, I think that's Avant driving for us. Yeah, I know it is disappointing not seeing many machines. Although there is a discussion of whether we need an excavator, if you know, one of those like actual machines, because I think we do need one. Whether or not we can get one and where do we get one is, I think, the hot potato at the moment, because without an excavator it's really hard to dig up those sewage pipes, because you know those need to be like, I don't know how deep do they dig those in Australia or like other countries, but in Finland you have to have those like both water pipes and then sewage pipes. You need to have them around like 2 meters in depth, because you don't want them to freeze. So that's the bad thing about Finland, is that everything freezes. Hobbit hole in Tyrnävä. Why Tyrnävä specifically? Is there a plot of land in Tyrnävä you're looking for? I appreciate the plan. I'm already rooting for your hobbit hole. Sounds like a perfect plan. Knowing you'll fit right well in a Tyrnävä hole. But yeah, there's like a route to the beach. There's a small beach at the end of before the ocean starts. So here on this side of the house, there's a route to it. It's actually quite wet. I have my shoes on right now, so I maybe should have taken my boots. That thing there looks wet too. Hello. Let's avoid the wettiest spots. But my mother has a greenhouse, we can check that out. We're doing a Finnish house tour right now. That we need to have a stream of you going through the house listings in Australia, so we can compare. Although not that my parents are selling this place, but in other ways. But yeah, they have built a new deck here. My parents are obsessed with decks. They have so many. and they barely use them, I think. But yeah. Potatoes, relatives. Is there? Yeah, there is a dot. I was thinking potato relatives, but yeah. Yeah, there's a potato festival in Turneva, so that's nice. But yeah, this is the greenhouse my father built, or they built together for my mother. And my father joked that these are the tomatoes my mother grows are the most expensive ones in the world with how much this thing cost. And it was mainly the windows, like nothing else really like was that expensive on a greenhouse like this, but then again it's mostly windows, so you know, that is what it is. Actually my grandpa is there running up the snowmobile. I don't think he likes to be filmed though, so we might just take a gander from here. So you know, if you don't know what propaganda is, it's when a British man takes a good look at something, it's propaganda. So that's a joke I just came up with, but maybe I just heard it somewhere. But I think he said that he'll be driving it to like storage. So you know, snowmobile weather is over. I don't know how much you can see of it. I don't see it myself right now, but he said that he'll be driving it indoors. So in a similar shed that we just took the wood from, my grandpa has one of those for the snowmobile to be kept in for the summer. Oh yeah, if only you had some discs, yeah, we would have brought out the disc golf basket. Surely I would have used that. I'm trying to see if you can see a peek, glimpse of snowmobile. There's a barrier of snow before it, so I can't really go any closer because I don't have my boots on. So you can see my grandpa there, maybe, hopefully. There he goes, and now he's gone. Snowmobile is never to be seen again. Oh no. But yeah, you can see it's really wet here because the ice is melting, the snow is melting, so there's plenty of water with little places for it to go to. So there's a lot of stress on the ground with the water. But yeah, the greenhouse has a smart thing. I think that's like a universal thing. I don't think that's like Finnish specific thing, but they have these sprigs, I think they're called, which extend on heat. So when it gets hot enough, it opens the windows on the top. So that's a nice. Finnish man defeated by snow. Don't say that. Don't say that. Why you hurt my feelings? I am on the ice. Can I redeem myself? Yeah, I see a lot of laughing from Nat. I can't believe you're laughing at me, because you could never laugh with me. Not after all the banter I've been in your chat. But yeah, you can see, you might get my parents always say that whenever this house is finished is when they'll sell it and move out. And I don't think there's a risk of that ever happening. With you can see piles of lumber waiting for new projects, and I know for example there's plates somewhere, like plate roof, like plates for those. Might be actually underneath there, you can see those white plates there. They are for underneath that deck, so when we rebuild that deck we'll put a plate roof underneath it so that it prevents water from going where we were earlier. So there's always a project. Finnish man has feelings. Well, I wouldn't go that far maybe. We wouldn't want to exaggerate, you know. So, just a little bit. There's also, you can see a bucket for the Avant machine. So you can dig a bit with it, but 2 meters of a hole is quite a lot. With, it being somewhat short for that. So that's why I think we need a proper excavator for the sewer things when we get to the plot. But yeah, you can see this part of the building is mostly for storing construction stuff and leftovers from the previous constructions. This is the last thing we finished with my father, is this shelter for the Avant working machine. So I was there climbing on the roofs, hammering those. I think it was felt roof is what it's called. That black thing you can see on there. I think it was felt roof is what the English term for it. So that's also the one that we have on the caravan. Although it's slightly different, but because that one is heated and then glued on with the heat. These, what my father has been used, has been nailed. So that's the only difference on those. But yeah, Previously on last stream we did a sound check with this circular saw, and to my absolute bewilderment you could barely hear this. Well, I could say you definitely hear this, but like compared to how loud my voice is, this saw was not that loud. And the one thing that really blew me away is that when I was sawing, I could still speak, or maybe more so yell, and you could hear it in the stream. And that to me is like crazy, because I can hardly hear my thoughts when this thing is on. So that when you could hear my voice when I was yelling into the sound it made, that was crazy. But I don't know, when we're doing the actual construction streams, I don't know if we'll probably, I think it's better just mute the stream instead of trying to yell when the machines are so loud. But we'll see when we get there. But yeah, I'm running out of content here, guys. You have to give me some suggestions what you want to see in a Finnish household. Nothing is sacred, it's my parents after all, not just kidding. We can't go rummaging around their stuff. Yeah, I think last stream I showed we need to go from the other side. The snow plow thing. That could be something that has never seen before, maybe in clips or videos. Not how late is it? 2 a.m. already? So this thing here, it eats up the snow and blows it out from the top. So this thing like circles, spins around, and then it packs it here and blows it from this side. And you can like turn this upper thing here so you can blow it to the left or to the right, or then straight forwards if you want to. So that's something you need when there's plenty of snow. And this attaches to the avant, so you can change what's on the front. Oh, Finnish words, that's a good one. What should we go for? There's a shovel on the corner there, that's lapio. So shovel is a lapio. And then this, I think it's is it a jigsaw? Or like a circular saw. This is jiirisirkkeli in Finnish. Blue or red? Which is a better house color? I think Elina wanted for our house will be white. Personally, I think I like the blue one more. But it also depends a bit on the shade. For these two, I would, well, my grandpa is there to listen, so I can't really say it out loud. But I think blue for me is the superior color. Blue is also my favorite color, so I might be a bit biased. My grandpa luckily doesn't understand much English, so I could do some banter here without him knowing. Because he did ask where to watch this, and I've not yet shown him. So, but I also mentioned that we'll be doing it in English, so he was like, "What do you mean?" So I also told him that if he ever comes to chat, we can have a exception for him to be allowed to speak in Finnish. But I think we can extend that exception to you, Nat, if you want to. Sininen house. House is talo. Yeah, sininen is blue, so you got that. Can we get the declaration on the goal of the day? Did it fail or succeed? Well, guys, can you hear the microphone? I mean, we can take a quick gander. It's no propaganda. What's this sticker on the side there? I'm not sure how much can you hear me fondling you guys. Sininen talo on mukava. Yeah, that is a very nice, that is a sentence there already. Blue house is nice. Sininen talo on mukava. I wonder how much you can hear when I have it on my hand there. But it looks dry. So we can declare the goal of the day to be a success, I would say, maybe in proper English. So yeah, it has succeeded. Unless we do like a last minute blunder of me falling into a bucket of water. The thing I was actually worried about a bit, because you can see these things are supposed to be collecting water that comes from the roofs. And you can see this guy here, it's frozen. You can see there's a disc of like frozen water there. I could maybe take it. So here you have, this is for the guys. Very good. So you have like ice in these. That's, I guess, okay, considering that when it melts enough, it's all good. But one thing that a bit worries me is, I'm not sure if anyone else noticed. I think I walked past it earlier. But what is going on with this guy here? Can someone explain? This guy is surely frozen somewhere deeper, because this bucket is full of water. Yeah, that was one for the boys. We have no others, because you can see this one is all melted water, but why is it not draining? It's extremely wet here on the ground. I'm not sure if you can see when I'm standing upwards, but this here you can see it's all water, so that's not good. I've seen like an Instagram reels of a guy that does like inspections on houses in like America or something. I think they're in US, and that guy is always like not good, that's not good. So I can definitely see that's not good on the water being not being draining. So I think what you could, oh yeah, you can also hear the water dropping. Yeah, there's a frozen rat in there. But there's actually a solution usually for those is to have like just an electric cable. Like an electric cable, either that goes in there or just on those like outdoor pipes. This one definitely needs one inside it, and then you can just plug it in and it will heat it. So it will just like melt away through the ice. So that's a solution for it. But we would need to add one of those cables, and I don't know where that goes. Like, where does it lead? Because it could also be that wherever it is going is backed up. But that would be my father to know, where does these pipes lead? So that's an interesting question. But again, earlier I mentioned there's these memes that when Finland is trying to kill you, but I think the view you have right now, right here, this is you could put in like a meme text right here, when Finland is trying to kill you, because this thing is frozen. Like, this is slippery frozen, like not just frozen, but like the slippery kind. But yeah, Citronelli is a friend of mine. I think we've already discussed she will be the manager for this stream, so she'll do everything you guys ask of her. Not just kidding, she can help. If there are any words you want, I can also pronounce them here if you have any. But yeah, I already see Nat is fluent in Finnish, so we can definitely extend the exception of being allowed to speak in Finnish to Nat as well. I wonder if there's more for the boys. There's actually, I can already spot another ice disc. Can we get it loose? It is loose. Boys, we have another one for you. This one's even better. It's a slippery one though. Boys, this one's for you. Okay, I will answer that to you. It wasn't that satisfying. We need to get it landing on the fuck. Can we get it? No, that was a good one. Any word for Australia, Australian, or just the same? So Australia is Australia. It's spelled, I think, the same. Is it? Yeah, Australia. It's just pronounced like in Finnish. But then for people of certain like nativity, is that the word? They're usually like, that there's a like Suomi, suomalainen. So then Australia, australialainen, which is like just like a lengthy version of it, but that's saying that when someone is from a country. Yeah, ice is, in Finnish. So that's I guess another hard word if you think about because those that don't know Nat, she's a bastard of Kimi Räikkönen. So she's secretly half Finnish, but the way she spells Kimi is Kimi hat Räikkönen. So that's why the is a tough one with two of those hat letters in it. Yeah, Australialainen. Yeah, that's exactly how it's pronounced. Yeah, it's very good. Australia. Yeah, it has a lot of, I think, more of the R than Australia. Because for me, it's like weird when you have to like spin your brain a bit when you go back from English to Finnish. Because of course it's going from one language to another. But since it's like spelled the same, so that like adds another layer of how do you spell it then. But then again, of course, everything I spell is with I would assume, a Finnish accent, so take it with Well, I hope I will at least pronounce Finnish correctly. so you don't have to ask me how to pronounce things in English, so you should have that covered. Wait, can I see my own reflection there? I'm warped. I'm thinner here. At least in my view, I'm thinner than I should be. Guys, this is finally I've achieved my perfect form. Thin man. Aikkonen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the Räikkönen for you. But yeah, I think you mentioned earlier that like was it consonants? Or was it like two S's and stuff, like hissi and stuff like that? Hissi is an elevator with two S's in the middle. So HISSI. Yeah, that was a fun house mirror, the back glass of that. But yeah, the weather has really improved a lot. Because every other stream we've done so far, I think this is maybe our 6th stream. And every other stream we've had has been extremely windy. So now it's like, first time it's like completely still. You can see the trees are not moving at all. Also double ä. So yeah would be with the double ä. So with one ä, yeah, and then two would be yeah. So just extend it a bit. But I think we need to find a word which like has something else with it. So yeah has only J and double A's, double of those ä letters. So that's maybe not the best example. Citronelli, can you come up with a word that has two ä letters in it? Well, I think, for example, like, is it a glacier, like jäätikkö? So that just has two ä's in the beginning. Oh, jäädä. Yeah, jäädä is another one. I don't know how to pronounce it, like easier or slower. Jäädä. Jäädä. Yeah, I think that's the closest you can get. So jäädä is if you spell it in like, is it syllables? Or like in parts? So it would be jäädä. So in together it would be jäädä. But that's another one with the multiple ä letters in it, so a difficult one. Oh yeah, Citronelli, what was your degree in? It's in, wait, I know it's in journalism somewhat, but what was it before? Or what was the main, or is that the main one? Journalism. Was it literature then? Literature. How do you spell that thing? I'm just standing here outside. But you know, my father always said that I need to get some fresh air from outside, so maybe that's good for me. To just, you know, stand outside a bit. But we could actually go, maybe see because I think the backyard the view is a lot better on the backyard than it is here on the front yard. Oh yeah, Finnish literature, scientific communication, yeah, that was it. I just remember it like journalism, but is it journalism in any way, shape or form, or did I just come up with that? Because was it like tiedeviestintä, which is like communication more than journalism, I guess. But is there like a school for? Well, I don't know. I'll just let you answer. Very scientific, yes. Agreed. There's also, I can hear some snowmobiles in the distance, so maybe we weren't that crazy going on the ice with, you know, others there also. But yeah, this deck is a new one. I think it was made like maybe, I don't think it was last year, but maybe the year before that. And it's been hardly used, so we can go step on it and, you know, I can hear it snap already. Make it worse. But there you can maybe imagine yourself in a chair here looking at stuff. My father also built a huge, well, can Citronelli do a translation for me? What is laituri in English? Because it's like a boat dock, but like a smaller one. Oh yeah, journalism and communications, but yeah, that's what so it wasn't just me inventing stuff. But yeah, so my father made a place for, you know, to dock boats and stuff. So that's the concrete for it. You're seeing on like top of the snow there. That was we were laughing when my father made the molds for it, because when you're doing concrete work, you usually make like molds and then you fill those molds with concrete. And this is like on the water, like on the edge of the water there. So you needed to put it like in the water, so it was full of water. Like the molds were already full of water, and then just like put concrete on top of the water. So it was a lot. It was quite a let's say arrangement. And we were laughing that it looked like it was a fortress because the molds were so huge. Like they looked like when